Would you like to crush your opponents with the strongest old-school creatures? Do you think you have what it takes to tame the raw power of this aggressive deck? In this video I will present a very solid sideboard list of Temur Zoo, explaining a little bit how each individual card impacts the game. After having a nice overview, I will also speak about the sideboard plans against the top decks in the format. Also, if you like these videos, help me a bit by subscribing and supporting me on Patreon. It would mean the world to me. Let's see how far we can go understanding Temur Zoo. This sideboard was originally designed by Stephen Menendian, selecting the best 15 cards to cover the major main deck weaknesses, and in some cases, turning them into strengths. So thanks, Stephen. We have two additional red elemental blasts completing the playset against control decks and opposing Serendip Ifrits. A playset of Shatter provides us with exactly the kind of protection we want against threatening artifacts, such as a resolved city in a bottle or a Never-Needler's Disc. Two artifact blasts to counter exclusively this city in a bottle before it resolves, which destroys all of our existing creatures, our City of Brass and Library of Alexandria. Preventing this devastating effect is even more important than destroying an existing one. One energy flux to disrupt non-land mana development and artifact-heavy strategies. Some of the best targets are all 5 Moxes, Sol Ring, Felwar Stones, Hole in Mine, Black Vice, Ankh of Misra, Giant Diatome, or Disrupting Scepter. Also, it applies a toll on artifact creatures like Suchi or Juggernaut. This card is an excellent tempo swinger against decks that are greedy on artifacts. 2 Tranquility to handle an opposing mode, or especially the Abyss. Extra points if you make a 2-for-1, destroying along their big threats cards like Sylvan Library or Land Tax. 2 Whirling Dervish to block or pass through big fat Juice and Jeans. The rest of our deck has severe difficulties dealing with them, and this card is here on the rescue. It also owns the mono-black matchup just by itself. Of course, the 2 Whirling Dervish just provide a workaround versus the Juice and Jeans. What we really want to be doing against them instead is to literally steal them from our opponent, so they become our opponent's problem and not ours. 2 Control Magic are there just to make them wonder in full confusion what is wrong with the old school blue mages in this world. This completes the sideboard list. Let's have a look at the sideboard plans. The Atok matchup is slightly favored for us. Their mana denial plan and direct attack on the number of cards in our hand is not very effective, while our strong usual suspects are massaging their face every turn. We take out 2 red elemental blast, 1 fireball, 3 power sink and recall. We bring in 4 shatter, 2 artifact blasts and 1 energy flux. If you see during game 1 that they have splash blue for Serendip Ifrits and blue power, then do the following. We take out 2 chain lightning, 2 fireball, channel, 3 power sink and recall. We bring in 2 red elemental blast, 4 shatter, 2 artifact blast, and 1 energy flux. We are favored in the white Winnie matchup. Handle the creatures as soon as possible and watch out for Balance and Wrath of God. We take out 2 red elemental blast, 1 Sylvan Library, and 1 strip mine. We bring in 2 Tranquility and 2 Control Magic. Our Zoo matchup depends mostly on our skill and lucky draws. However, if the opponent's list doesn't have color blue, this could turn the odds slightly in our favor. Your entire plan revolves around presenting your threats as soon as possible and master the art of combat tricks to avoid spending 2 burn spells on Serendip Ifrits or Ernam Jinns. The first one pushing the YOLO Channel Fireball button wins on the spot. We take out 3 Chain Lightning and 3 Power Sink. We bring in 2 Red Elemental Blast, 2 Shatter and 2 Control Magic. The Underworld Dreams matchup is favored for us. Its goal is to attack our draw engine, but it has a lot of difficulties dealing with early Serendip Ifrits or Ernam Jinns, so deploy all your threats quickly and keep your defenses up to counter the draw effects. Also, after game 1, destroy their holy minds on the spot. We take out 4 Lightning Bolt, 3 Chain Lightning, 2 Fireball, 1 Channel and 1 Sylvan Library. We bring in 2 Red Elemental Blast, 4 Shatter, 2 Artifact Blast, 1 Energy Flux and 2 Tranquility. There's some hate for you, bro. We are favored against Stack's Edge. They try to do their thing. We try to do our thing. Our thing is faster. Also, they don't have many answers to our early creatures. Just make sure you don't let them activate the land tax. We take out 2 Red Elemental Blast. We bring in 2 Tranquility. Our chances against the deck are low. It has an endless variety of ways to destroy creatures. Against it, we want to never have more than 1 creature in play. During game 1, it's important to send the burn spells upstairs early to apply psychological pressure. Be patient with the exchange of resources, and watch out for big bombs like the Abyss. Our 1 creature at a time strategy won't work if we get mind twisted, so always save a counterspell against it. This is one of the matchups where you want to draw aggressively with this Sylvan Library. We take out 4 Lightning Bolt, 3 Chain Lightning, 1 Fireball, and 3 Power Sink. We bring in 2 Red Elemental Blast, 4 Shatter, 1 Energy Flux, 2 Tranquility, and 2 Whirling Dervish. The Izzet control matchup is slightly unfavored for us. It strongly attacks our mana base, backed up with Disruption and mid-game pressure. These are very long games where creatures on both sides die very quickly, and most of the winning pressure is put over our Ernam Jinns' shoulders, and the hopes that our opponent forgets we can still win with the Channel Fireball combo. We take out 4 Lightning Bolt, 3 Chain Lightning, and 3 Power Sink. We bring in 2 Elemental Blast, 4 Shatter, 2 Tranquility, and 2 Whirling Dervish. Stasis is a slightly favored matchup. They are very busy trying to lock us away from our untapped steps without much creature removal. But watch out for a sneaky balance and the Abyss in case you spot splash white or black. And after game 1, be prepared against City in a Bottle at all times. We take out 4 Lightning Bolt, 3 Chain Lightning and 2 Power Sink. We bring in 2 Red Elemental Blast, 4 Shatter, 2 Artifact Blast and 1 Energy Flux. Jeskai Tempo is a very bad matchup. They have cheap answers for literally anything we're trying to do. We need skill and a bit of luck to navigate through the tough resource battles against this deck. It is one of the most interesting matchups to play, nevertheless. We take out 3 Chain Lightning and 3 Power Sink. We bring in 2 Red Elemental Blast, 2 Control Magic, and 2 Whirling Dervish. The Esper Tempo matchup is not that bad for us, though slightly unfavored. The lack of red color puts away Lightning Bolts and Red Elemental Blasts from their big picture. So our Kirt Apes and Serendip Ifrits will stick longer. Having Red Elemental Blasts ourselves to brute force our creatures through their counterspells is key. We take out 3 Chain Lightning and 1 Fireball. We bring in 2 Red Elemental Blast and 2 Whirling Dervish. The Disco Troll is a difficult matchup for us. In Game 1, the Sedge Trolls stonewall our ground creatures and we have almost nothing to prevent the discs from crashing the battlefield. In Game 2 and 3, we even have to include a very well-crafted City in a Bottle Paranoia to our mental brew. The Channel Fireball combo will show us the light. We take out 4 Lightning Bolts, 3 Chain Lightning, 1 Fireball, and 2 Power Sink. We bring in 2 Red Elemental Blast, 4 Shatter, 2 Artifact Blast, and 2 Control Magic. Armageddon is a very tricky matchup. We can bring the Armageddons back to symmetry if we bolt their birds and destroy their moxes. Anyway, keep your lands in your hand after you reach 4 mana. We take out 2 Red Elemental Blast, 3 Chain Lightning, and 1 Power Sink. We bring in 4 Shatter and 2 Control Magic. The Artifact midrange matchup is favored for us. Be very aware of the City in a Bottle and be very careful with any sneaky The Abyss. We take out 2 Red Elemental Blast, 4 Lightning Bolt, and 3 Chain Lightning. We bring in 4 Shatter, 2 Artifact Blast, 1 Energy Flux, and 2 Tranquility. We are favored against Mono Black, although the Juice and Genes in Game 1 are going to give you a big headache. Make sure to have removal for the Hypnotic Spectres and watch out for any sneaky Nevinyrral's Disc. We take out 2 Red Elemental Blast, 3 Power Sink, and 1 Chain Lightning. We bring in 2 Control Magic, 2 Whirling Dervish, and 2 Shatter. Now we know how to properly sideboard playing Temur Zoo. But if this is not enough, and you want to know in detail how to approach each individual matchup, and the reasons behind each card replacement, stay tuned for this strategy series. Now that you have a clear picture of how the sideboard of Temur Zoo looks like, what do you think? Would you change any individual card? Do you have different sideboard plans? Let me know in the comments below. Anyway, this is not over yet. Stay put for the next video, where I will present an extensive analysis of Temur Zoo. I will explain in depth the deck's strategy and uncover its strengths and weaknesses. See you in the next one.